placed a healer. Hopefully that'll work. It's confetti 30. You only need one skein of a color depending on the fabric count and number of threads you use. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love using one thread. I think now I'm really gravitating towards 40 and 46 count linens so that I can use one strand comfortably. Because one strand is like my sweet spot. I don't mind that I can't use a loop start with one strand. I just really like how it feels to stitch with, and my thread doesn't get twisted. And I'm less likely to split my thread when I use one strand. Tent stitch is another term for half stitch. So here I just did like the bottom leg of a stitch, which is a half stitch. I think tent stitch is like, it's technically different from just a regular half stitch because it depends on the on the direction that you're pulling your thread in the back. So if you're, I think, so I'm gonna move you in closer. Move you in just a little bit closer. So I'm making a half stitch there, and then I'm going down vertically to make the next one. I think that is considered a half stitch. And then with a tent stitch, you'd always like pull your thread diagonally behind your work so that it would like warp your fabric differently or like not warp your fabric depending on how you stitch. I don't really know. But I think depending on whether you you start your leg at the top or the bottom hole, I think it just depends on which one works best for you and doesn't warp your fabric. I don't mind one strand as long as it covers. Yeah, I try to use one strand as often as I can. I need my loop start. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I do like tent for full coverage because, oh, and I think a lot of people say, use the term tent stitch because, I don't know, just because. But I think I'm starting to prefer tent for full coverage because my whip list is getting long and I don't have time to do a bunch of full crosses. And tent stitch is like takes roughly half the time.